So aside from attracting good men, the second most challenging thing that women often face is going from a casual relationship to a committed one. You know, can a casual dating arrangement ever evolve into a committed one? And you know, it takes one thing, and that's, you know, the emotional connection, emotional safety. And today I'm going to talk about how you can create that with your guy. You know, it comes down to three simple things. One is trust and respect. So I'm taking notes because I am not good at remember things off the top of my head. So trust and respect. You know, trust is one of those things where it can take months and years to build and like 1 second to break. So how can you show, you know, trust and respect in the early stages of a relationship? And that can be through little things. You know, maybe he values his time with his girlfriends, and a lot of women will, you know, feel jealous or feel like the need to manipulate the situation by, you know, going out with her guy friends to make her guy jealous. You know, but by you trusting him and letting him spend time with his girlfriends, you're showing that you respect his boundaries, you respect his values, and that you trust him. Second is make sure he feels heard. So in the early stage of the relationship, you're trying to figure out how you can be one unit and how you can share a life together. And that's not always going to be smooth sailing. You know, that is going to come with him telling you certain things that he doesn't like, or certain things that annoy him, or certain things that he needs. And it's really important that you acknowledge what he's saying and actually really listen. A lot of the times, when our partner is complaining about something that you've done or you haven't done, the first thing we go to defense mode, and they're complaining, and like we're already thinking of things to say to retaliate or to, you know, defend our position. So it could be, you know, my husband will say, "You didn't do the dishes," and it's true, I didn't do the dishes. Instead of coming up with an excuse while he's complaining about me not doing the dishes, I will just say, "Yes, you're right. I haven't done the dishes. I'll do them next time." And then there you go, like argument squashed. We've learned that by putting aside our egos, we get into a lot less arguments. And you know what? It's really effective. So make sure he feels heard. You know, just acknowledge him and don't be in such a rush to interrupt or come up with an excuse. Really, it's just all about ego. If you put that aside, the other person will feel heard, you'll have less arguments, and things will just be so much better. Then the third one is love him for who he is and not his potential. This is so important, especially in the early stage of a relationship. And this is something that, you know, maybe women and men, I don't know about that, tend to do. So a woman will meet a guy and think, well, you know, he doesn't have everything I'm looking for. He's not as ambitious as I wanted him to be. But, you know, maybe in 6 months' time, that will change. Maybe with my help, I'll inspire him to be more ambitious. But then, you know, 6 months down the road, you know, he's still kind of in the same old job, has no aspirations to climb up the corporate ladder. And all of a sudden, you know, the woman will try to push him to do stuff. And, you know, when he doesn't do it, she'll get really disappointed. And all of a sudden he's thinking, well, you know, I was like this 6 months ago. I told her that I didn't want anything more in my career. What's going on? Like, I am still the same person, and yet all of a sudden it's not good enough. So, you know, you really, when you meet someone at face value, you really need to just be in the present and date them for who they are right now and not the person they could be. Because if you do that and you date them for the potential, both parties might just, you know, be disappointed in the end. You can inspire someone to change, you can inspire someone to be better, but you know, you can't expect that either, because it's not fair for them. Everyone just wants to be loved for who they are at that moment. And if you can do that, he will feel heard, he'll feel safe, he'll feel like he's free to be himself and to be vulnerable. And that's what creates that emotional safety in a relationship for a guy. So if you want more things like this, that teaches you how to go from casual dating to committed relationship, I do have a course that you can take. I'll leave a link. It's called Goodbye Casual Dating, and it really helps you to just understand men and commitment, understand what you're looking for in a relationship, and most importantly, understand how to communicate your own needs. Thanks for watching. If you like this, subscribe or leave a comment. Bye.